Right. We already got LS Gregor, SSM in the house. Mr. Smiles.
Mr. Smiles.
I love Mr. Smiles already.
Yeah, Mr. Smiles. That's a hell of a name.
How could it be true? The things they say that they do. I can't believe it.
That's Mr. Smiley.
Good song.
What about Guy Smiley? He's a creepy Muppet.
If I remember correctly, Guy Smiley used to scare the living shit out of my brother. He wouldn't go in the basement because he thought Guy Smiley was in there.
Just remember that Guy Smiley horror story.
Ed Guy rocks. What's going on?
Poor outhouse. Ed Guy. I bet he does rock. Look at that. Got a freaking, is that a boner? You got a boner amp.
I don't know anything about amps. I think that's his Bogner.
I'm sure it's boner.
All right, we're gonna be talking some Vikings, some draft. Lupagus has a little NCAA bracket style draft breakdown for us. I'm very excited. Very excited. You guys make sure you're ready to get those votes in because you guys have to vote to see who continues.
Maybe Ed Guy Rocks wants to create us a theme song.
Who?
Ed Guy Rocks.
Probably having a real nice 80s style to it.
I hope so. Maybe like a Family Ties theme?
No, that'd be bad.
Esper, don't ever call me a Dakota Dozier diehard again, you rascal.
All right, hold on.
Just waiting for folks to get lined up here. Why am I getting an echo?
You probably have it opened.
No, mine's muted.
I don't know. I don't hear it.
Alex P. Keaton, hell yes.
Alex P. Keaton had his own damn robe.
Why wouldn't he?
Beer is God by Psycho Stick is your theme song. I guess I'll have to
That's Beer is Good.
Promptly.
Beer is good, not beer is God.
Well, beer should be God. I was close.
Wow.
Oh, SSM Creations. Starting off with a bomb. Laying the wood.
What'd he do? Holy shit. Damn, I've never seen it orange before.
SSM. Appreciate it.
What a guy.
All right, we're talking Vikings real soon. Don't worry. Vikings doing a bracket, breaking down who should be that top pick for the Vikings.
And you guys are going to vote on it. We're going to vote too, but we're all going to vote. Winner goes on, whether I like it or not, whether one bar likes it or not. This is going to be a true vote to see who we all should, agree or disagree will be the number one pick for the Vikings at choice 14 overall.
Yeah, let's get into the big talker that happened yesterday, 2 days ago. I can't remember. Dakota Dozier. The thing they call Dakota Dozier, probably a great human. In fact, I think Dakota Dozier is known to be a very good human. Unfortunately, he cannot play very good football, and it's just the way it is. And he's back.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Oh, now I'm sick of these people saying, "Hey, don't worry, he's not going to be a starter." Who gives a shit? He shouldn't be on the team. He's horrible. What was his overall grade? Was it less than 40? I mean, this guy. He had better luck turning around and pressuring Kirk Cousins than he did actually fending off any kind of pass rushers. Why you'd want him back on your team after after just looking how bad he was. I mean, what's that say about how you evaluate talent? I mean, I don't understand why if anybody played their way off the team last year, it was Dakota Dozier.
I mean, it's really unexplainable. We can bitch about it all we want, but obviously Dakota Dozier has some serious dirt on our front office. And he is using it to his advantage. I mean, it was on Twitter saying he had other options at the same league minimum. And he just came here because, I don't know, I can't remember. He liked the offensive line coach or something. It's a disaster. And the shitty part is when you have Kyle Hinton and you have Drew Samia as our only other guards, he's probably a freaking starter right now, as much as you don't want to admit it.
Well, what worries me is that the Vikings, they're doing the same thing they did last year. I mean, you don't do anything to upgrade your O-line, and then doing that again this year. And then the worst part is when these players are struggling, playing like shit, there's no repercussions, there's no punishment for them when they play bad. They just throw them back out there again. They did it with Elfline until he was hurt. Did it with Drew Samia till he was hurt, and they left Dakota Dozier in there, who's a huge liability all season long, every single game, and now they bring him back. What does that guy have to do to get his well-deserved release?
Nothing. He's here. He's not. It's not like he's fighting for his roster spot. He's going to make it. He will be on the 53-man. Is what it is. There was still other guard. I mean, like my argument was, if you're going to sign Dakota Dozier, you might as well just sign anybody. I mean, you might as well just sign some young guy that is an undrafted free agent of 3 years ago, because it really rough to get worse. And whatever. It's funny that his contract is basically, there's no incentives, there's no signing bonus. It's like the lowest you could actually pay somebody. And he still took it. So,
well, why? Yeah, of course he's going to take it. What else he's going to get? He didn't have any offers. He was lying.
Supposedly 31 other teams in this league were fighting for him.
No, do not believe him. Dakota Dozier is just bulldozing some bullshit right over you. Yeah, I know. You know what the worst part was? As soon as that was announced, Austin Blythe signed with the Chiefs like 2 minutes later. Maybe he shot the Vikings down. That's all we can hope for. I mean, he went to Kansas City, obviously playing for a Super Bowl title. I mean, that was the allure, because he didn't get much more than Dozier did. But you look at still who's out there. Forrest Lamp's still out there. Trey Turner. A couple guys just come to mind who I think would be major upgrades over Dakota Dozier. Not that I'm huge fans of either one, but at this point, anything. I did not think Dakota Dozier was going to be back. I thought he played his way off this team, but apparently that isn't the case.
He's here. He'll probably be re-signed next year, the year after that. And we just have to deal with it, because I think he's only, what is he, like 29?
Yeah, I don't know what he is. Who cares?
Enough Dakota Dozier talk.
Is there ever enough Dakota Dozier talk? I love how everybody got so pissed. I mean, I felt really good. The Vikings front all were united in their disdain for Dakota Dozier. Whether you were on Instagram, Twitter, on our vid that you did, all the comments were all on the same side of how horrible the signing was. Made me giggle.
Just reading comments. Yeah. Nobody was happy about that. Yeah. Not much else going on in Viking land, really.
One thing, Mike Zimmer did have a press conference. Was it today, yesterday? A couple things there. One I did want to talk about. He mentioned how improved the team was, how their moves in free agency gave them many options at pick 14. All options are on the table at this point. To me, if anything, their moves scream O-line at 14, but Mike Zimmer is Mike Zimmer. He's got a lot to say, and I still think he would love to address this defense at 14 if he gets his way.
It all depends on who's there. If there's a defensive player that has no right being there, I think they'll do what they've been doing for the last couple of years, is say, who gives a shit about the offensive line? Just take the best player available. It'll be very interesting, because somebody's going to be there. It's going to be extremely tempting. And even if it's a cornerback, for some reason, Surtain fell, JC Horn's hanging out there. He's a extremely hot name. Could you imagine? But it's not that crazy. It's not that crazy of a thought.
Corner is crazy, because I don't even know where you're playing Jeff Gladney this year. I don't know how much, how you get him on the field to get another first round corner playing time. Man, it'd be tough. It'd be hard to justify that move. But I think any other position is pretty much in play. But you got to think O-line is a number one favorite going into this thing at this point.
Esper, E-S-P-E-R, whatever the name is. This is killing me. I've watched that dude's YouTube videos all the time. What the hell is his name? What is that guy's name on YouTube? They're fantastic.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Esper is his avatar. Somebody tell him. I mean, somebody will know it.
Step Brothers.
I know, but his name on his YouTube videos where
Isn't he like a doctor or something?
All right. Yeah, probably.
Jeff Wright knows. Ask him.
He probably does. All right. Darian hits us up. Any top 5 pass catchers fall to us? Do we take them? Assuming you're lumping Kyle Pitts into that, which that Steve Rule, that's what it was.
Who's the 5th?
5 catchers. What do we got? Pitts, Smith, Waddle. Chase. I don't know who the 5th would be.
That's where some think it's Kadarius Toney, some think it's Terrace Marshall, some think it's Rashad Bateman. I don't know who the 5th is.
Marshall's getting a lot of love, but
to me, that's up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, I think if one of those top 4 are there, I think absolutely it's on the table. I don't know if they take him, but I think it's in the conversation. It's not like there's no way in hell they would take him.
Yeah, and we know, and what we're going to do here, and maybe we'll get into that right now a little bit, but we're going to do in honor of March Madness. I know they're down to the Final Four. We're going to go with an Elite Eight options for the Vikings at pick 14. We seeded these guys 1 to 8, and we're going to have you guys vote. We're going to put the matchup up, vote who moves on. We're going to work it all the way down to a champion until we find who is going to be the choice at pick 14. We purposely left those receivers off just because we thought it'd be kind of a slam dunk. So we did not put any of those top 4 pass catchers in, or the 5th guy either, whoever that may be.
Yeah. And Ellis Gregor, before we hop into it, brings up a really good point. Garrett Bradbury, how the hell can he develop a decent center for having such shitty guards? And that is very, very valid. He hasn't had anybody good next to him since he's been here. And yes, Garrett Bradbury has not lived up to his draft selection by any means. I mean, when you look at his PFF, he's damn near at the bottom as well. But yeah, how can he go to the next level if he's got absolute turds next to him?
Yeah, and also, I mean, it makes you wonder what is his level. I mean, is he really trying to compensate, or is he just as bad as the guys around him, or maybe he is so bad he's making the other two worse? Do you ever think of that?
No, that's not polite or accurate.
It could be true.
Could be true.
We don't know. We don't know.
I don't think it is. All right, let's do this. Let's get into this and make sure, guys. You guys need to vote in the comments. Otherwise, if it's 2-1, we're just going to move on to a different segment.
We're going to do about 2 minutes here. Each pick. We'll talk about the matchup, the positions as we're doing this. We also get to vote. Don't forget that. So there's always going to be at least 2 votes. Badbury. That's. I like that. All right. So I'm not going to go.
That's not polite.
All right, the first matchup, we got number 1 seed against the number 8. So you're going to put this up on the screen. We got number 1 seed overall, defensive tackle from Northwestern, Rashawn Slater, going against a surprise entry into this competition, the number 8 seed, quarterback, Mac Jones from Alabama. Voting can start right now. Let's put who you want on there. So this is, Mac Jones, not a popular name going to the Vikings at 14 right now. It looks like he could go as high as 3. I don't know. Will he get to 14? And if he was, would the Vikings take him?
Yeah, I mean, Rashawn Slater at this point, he is the number 1 seed in this, and clearly he should be the number 1 seed, but it all comes down to who you want. Who do you think is going to make this team better? And we're already getting oh shit. Of course, SSM is going Mac Jones. That's his boy. But we got a lot of Rashawn Slaters, and he should be on there. I mean, but upsets do happen. Upsets do happen.
I'm just doing a count here. Okay, I got a running count right now.
There will be an upset in one of these. It's not going to be this one, but there will be an upset. I guarantee it.
And we almost didn't put Rashawn Slater in this thinking he'd be a runaway, but you got to have that strong favorite in every tournament, every NCAA tournament. There's always that team that should not be beat. So that's why Rashawn Slater is in this. Yeah, I mean, how good would he be? I think at this point, he is our dream pick, and he's got to be. He can play left tackle. He can play guard. Huge upgrade at either position. If you want somebody who's not going to be a huge drop-off from Riley Reef in year one, Rashawn Slater might be the Vikings' best bet.
Yeah, and it's a damn runaway here. SSM is unloading his bank account tonight.
Yeah, we got you, SSM. We got
next Wednesday going live. SSM Creations might be sitting right next to me here.
Ellis Gregor, these are first round options. These are not 5th or 6th round options. But I do love Jamie Newman. Yeah,
Lupagus loves Jamie Newman more than anything. I think Jamie Newman is going to go undrafted.
2 seconds. All right, the voting is now over, and it looks like score 12-3. Rashawn Slater is moving on.
Rashawn Slater's moving on.
All right, you want me to go to the 2-7 matchup or the 4-5 next?
Let's stick at the higher. Stick at the higher seeds here.
All right, higher seeds. We got defensive end Kwity Paye versus another defensive player.
What are the ratings?
He's the number 2 seed. Kwity Paye going against number 7 Trayvon Moehrig, the safety from TCU, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. We're on the clock. Let's start voting. Here we go.
Morig's got an H in it somewhere, right?
Yeah, Moehrig. Trayvon Moehrig, Kwity Paye. Who we got? Someone voted for K. Who keeps putting numbers down?
What do you mean? 2. It's a 2 seed. Kwity Paye. Come on, man.
I want names. Oh.
Well, the thing with Moehrig, we just signed Xavier Woods. We got Harrison Smith, but past this year, it's still very, very dicey. Moehrig, I still think he's going to be a guy that goes.
Oh,
if it's not 14 to the Vikings, I think he's still going to go earlier than anybody thinks.
Yeah, I don't think Xavier Woods signing necessarily puts Moehrig off the table. It's only a 1-year deal, and who's to say they don't battle it out and maybe Moehrig beats him out? I mean, it's not like this guy's Xavier Woods is a for sure, starter. I think they'd like to make him.
Well, he's a starter.
That job. Well, at this point he is, but I mean, it's not like he can't be beaten out.
Doozle is cool. Oops, he shit his pants or what?
I only voted like 7 times.
He needs to go clean himself up. Maybe take a nice warm bath.
Oh, look at this. Paye is not much better than Wanham, he says.
We got some more eggs going. Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
Doozle's cool's losing his marbles here.
This is closer than I thought.
We do have some more eggs though.
And we still got 27 seconds. Oh, we got to vote too.
Well, here, hold on. Let me get come on, defensive end. Let's go edge here. Kwity Paye. We're fine at safety. Imagine adding a guy like Kwity Paye to this defensive line that is already, I would say, getting damn near close to stacked. Put him there with DJ Wanham. Let the best man win. Kwity Paye would win. And Kwity Paye, even though he didn't put up a bunch of sack numbers at Michigan, he would come in and I could see him being easily 6+ sacks as a rookie if he was a starter. And not only that, he is going to cause some serious ruckus in that offensive backfield. Come on, Kwity.
Or rumpus. You know what? It makes sense to me, but I'm going to go Trayvon Moehrig. I'd be fine with Kwity Paye, but I don't know. He's someone I loved earlier in the draft season as it's gone on. I'm not as excited. The voting has stopped, by the way, so the voting has stopped. Wanham is stupid.
He's stupid, underrated.
Oh, this was a lot closer than I expected this one to be. We had Kwity Paye with 11 votes, Trayvon Moehrig with 8, but Paye sneaks it out at the buzzer.
And he should. He should. He's moving on.
I don't think anybody would be upset with either one of those guys, really. I mean, I do think Mike Zimmer is going to push for an edge guy. I think you'd love that. So I don't think we really had that starter yet established opposite Daniel Hunter. So that's in play. All right, let's go to the number 3 seed against the number 6 seed. Number 3,
what?
The guy who's been linked to the Viking in just about every single mock you look at. It's Elijah Vera Tucker, the guard, who can also play left tackle from USC.
What seed?
He's the number 3 seed, going against the number 6 seed, linebacker from Penn State, Micah Parsons. Let your voting begin now. Yeah, this one is interesting. Vera Tucker, I mean, he definitely fills a need. Not my favorite guy. I think he's a guy who will do the job. I just like to see a little more domination over that position if you're going to dress it with 14. And Parsons, Mike Zimmer could have a lot of fun with this guy. He already talked about being more creative with his defense in his press conference. And a guy like Micah Parsons can make your defense very, very unpredictable.
My man, Stephen B. in the house. He wants Vera Tucker. No doubt about it. Yeah, I mean, Vera Tucker, I'm on the Vera Tucker train. No doubt about it. If for some reason Vera Tucker is gonzo and Micah Parsons is still on the table, I think he's going to be damn good. And he's another one I think could go earlier. He's been all over the draft boards. He's been as early as freaking 7, and then he goes as late as the 20s. He's all over the place. I think when all is said and done, he's going to go earlier. And putting Micah Parsons on this defense that is taking leaps and bounds, as they say, this offseason. I mean, I cannot wait to watch this defense. I can't wait. And throwing a guy like Parsons in makes my pants very tight.
Yeah, it would be damn exciting. They haven't really announced the Nick Vigil signing yet. Everybody thinks it's going to happen. Not that makes much of a difference, but Parsons does have some character issues, but I think it was more of just like he was involved in a hazing thing that kind of went wrong. Gave a hell of an interview when he was interviewed as pro day. So I think maybe that's something the teams are going to look at closely and get a feel for, see what this guy's really made of up close, but I wouldn't put too much stock into that.
I'd put stock in him laying the wood on David Montgomery.
Person is weird. 4, 5, 6.
Vera Tucker, best guard in the draft. I mean, Rashawn Slater, depending on where you put him, but it's not a reach. It would be just a pick that just made sense.
We're going to add these up here. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What do we got? What do we got?
I got 12 for Vera Tucker. Let me just see what Parsons got.
Ed Guy rocks. I think
1,
you're right.
2, 3,
I think
4,
you're right.
5, 6, 7.
Last one. Final.
Yeah, right.
No.
I know. That's what I meant. All right. Looks like we got a winner in this AVT. Score 12-8, beating out the 6th seed Micah Parsons. So we got
Parsons got the boot.
We know 1 second-round matchup. We're going to have AVT going against Quiddy Pay in round 2, but we're not to the Final Four just yet. We got one more first-round matchup. The number 4 seed, my boy, Greg Rousseau versus the mean blocking machine from Virginia Tech, Christian Darrisaw, the 5th seed. We got 4 and 5 seed. This should be a close one, even though I realize Gregory Rousseau, clock is starting. Start your voting is a very polarizing figure for Vikings fans.
Sorry, I probably butchered their name. I always butcher their names. I apologize.
All right, who we got? Well, 2 off the bat for Darrisaw. Oh, this guy Stephen B doesn't like either. Yeah, right. 4.
Doesn't like either. He's out. He's out. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. If it was one of these guys, honestly, I'd rather have Morig. Vera Tucker's a higher seed. I would rather have him. I'd rather have Micah Parsons. This one doesn't get me very excited.
I would much rather have Greg Rousseau than about half the players we talked about. Just I think his upside's through the roof. His freakish frame, freakish ability for a guy that big should have moved the way he does. Him and Dino Hunter on opposite sides just get me excited, get me going.
Man. Maurice Rucker. I thought Darius Rucker was in the house. I was about to get excited. I'm still excited for Maurice, though.
Thank you, SSM Creations. If I knew how to do it, I'd send you money right back.
You can.
This is the biggest landslide of all of them so far.
Yeah, this is even close. Rousseau is not getting any love.
I told you. I don't get it. I can't wait till when he's the Vikings pick. I'm going to laugh at all of you.
Oh, FW Ender with his regular.
That's all I can
that.
do.
Keep doing that every damn post.
He's got Rousseau. He's coming back.
Peyton Turner. I love Peyton Turner. Stephen B.
He's a guy I look up more into. I keep seeing his name, and I haven't really
Patrick Jones as well.
Much. I like Patrick Jones. There's a lot of guards I like down the road too.
Over the years, Stephen B. and I have you were usually on the same page.
You guys like shower together or what?
No, but not yet. But we're generally on the same page as far as players we like.
Esper's ripping on your glass.
What?
Esper's making fun of your glass. Jalen Phillips. No, let's talk with Jalen Phillips for a second before we reveal who won this. That guy is way too injury prone. He cannot be a first round pick. He's 1 concussion away from never playing in the league again. Why the hell he's getting all his first round buzz? Yeah, I get he had a great pro day. He's got potential, but the injury risk is way too high with that guy. You cannot take this guy in round 1. No way. That being said, we do have a winner. Score of 12-4. Christian Darrisaw is moving on.
Landon Dickerson. I do like him too.
Yeah, did you see his cartwheels he did?
I didn't see the cartwheels. I don't want to. Otherwise, I'll want him more than anything in the world.
This guy not only did his bench press in nothing but bib overalls, he also, during Mac Jones' interview, he was in the background. He had cartwheels across the screen, and then he waved like this.
Jalen Phillips is it's probably a GM's worst nightmare, because if he didn't have the concussion issues going on, he would probably be easily a top 10 pick, no doubt about it. So some team, hopefully not the Vikings, I'm on board. I want nothing to do with him.
Too much risk.
Huh?
Well, and you see Daniel Jeremiah, I think it's him, comparing him to Montez Sweat. It's completely different. Sweat had a heart condition, turned out to be okay. Yeah, there's concern, but it's not like a concussion. I mean, you get hit in the head once. He already retired once because of it. It's been that serious. I just think, and you see kind of like a bad ankle who got, had ankle surgery like 6 months ago, fall in the draft because of it. How does this guy not fall way on the board because of his insane injury history?
Talented.
Anyway, we are in our final four. It's here. It's time. A couple of very tantalizing matchups. And I think 4 strong options who could really be the Vikings pick at 14. We got number 1 seed Rashawn Slater taking on the number 5 seed Christian Darrisaw. That was an upset. He did beat Greg Rousseau. And you got Elijah Vera Tucker going against Kwity Paye, the 2 seed against the 3 seed. So final 4 is here.
What was Slater against who?
Slater against Darrisaw.
What seed is Darrisaw?
He's the 5th seed. Slater the 1, and we got the 3rd AVT versus Kwity Paye. Let's start with the big one, the big boys in the trenches. Rashawn Slater, number 1 versus number 5 Christian Darrisaw. We are going to open the voting right now. This one to me is a slam dunk. I mean, Rashawn Slater to me, I think is one of the best 5 to 6 players in this draft class. If he falls to 14, the Vikings definitely have their guard this year and perhaps their left tackle of the future on the roster. Slam dunk.
You should have put a Darius Washington in here because I'd be voting for him.
Hey, we can do a round 3 one in a couple weeks if you want to do that.
I'd like that very much.
All right, where are we starting? Here we go. I got to start writing these down.
A lot of Slaters, as there should be. I think it's I hate to jump the gun here. I think it's going to be a Rashawn Slater versus Kwity Paye matchup for the championship of the Purple Heart.
Hey, we'll see. A lot of people like Vera Tucker too, though. A lot of people like Vera Tucker.
Darius getting love. That little guy got the heart of gold. David Jones votes for Dakota Dozier, so put one down for him. We do have write-ins available here.
David Jones just got asked to leave. Yeah, this might be the biggest. This might be. We got 2 for the 5th seed. I hate when they do that.
I'm not on the Darrisaw bandwagon. If we trade back to pick like 19 or 21, so be it. But 14, uninterested.
Yeah.
That guy Rocks just really, really put his emotions out there.
What do you say?
Fuck T-Rex arms, penis Tucker. How do you like that?
Wow, that guy does rock. That guy rocks.
Jason Miller coming in with the Darrisaw.
Yeah, I got a couple late push here. They're trying to foul, but they're making the free throws or something. I don't know basketball terms.
Tad Skull, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Wow.
And Noah, I have not recovered.
Didn't you slam in the toilet seat, not the door?
No, it was a door 8 times.
All right, the voting has stopped. Moving on to the championship round is Rashawn Slater with a score of looks like about 16-6.
Well, I'll give it to 7. Mano Jick, I don't know what that name is. Just went Darrisaw.
All right, 16-7. It doesn't matter. Rashawn Slater is in the finals. He did it. Congratulations, Rashawn.
Yes, and Tad Skull once again. Thank you, sir.
I also would have voted for Rashawn Slater. Again, really the only O-lineman I want at pick 14. Moving on here, the second Final Four matchup. Elijah Vera Tucker, the 3rd seed, also known as AVT, going against Michigan's defensive end, Kwity Paye. And now before we get this thing started, let's just say, how much fun can we say during games? Here, Kwity, here, Kwity.
I'll never say that. I guarantee.
You'll be the first one to do it. Yes,
I'll meow. I might meow.
All right, voting starting. Let's go. What we got? 1 for Paye right at the bat.
Come on, everybody. Make the right decision here. Make the right decision. You just kicked Rick Spielman out of the draft room. It is up to you. Who are you taking to make this team better? Go with your head, not your heart.
Oh, this is. I'm going up and down. I'm going to puke.
Maybe you should have a Dramamine. I got to take a Dramamine to drive to the store.
Are you serious? You might be addicted to it.
I get car sick fairly easily.
Holy shit, man. We got a tie ball game, 8-8 right now for my score.
Mano Juice or Mano Jickus just put AVT 3 times. Does that count as 3 votes?
I don't know.
Did he get a ruling? Let me get a ruling
no,
here.
no.
Hold on.
I already caught his vote.
That's one vote.
Yeah, it's one vote. Pay is one trick pony. Loose guard, I'll vote for Pay. Oh, it's 11-10 right now in front of feet. AVT's got a slight lead. This is the closest one we've had. AVT pulling ahead. Two
Look,
more.
I get excited about Quiddy Pay, the thoughts of him being on there.
I'm going to vote.
But Vera Tucker, just day one impact player.
Yeah, you said about Bradbury too. He was day one shit.
Well, he was day one impact player. I didn't say. I mean, he might have impacted him the wrong way, but he was day one.
Did Jason Bowman vote yet? I feel like he already did.
Not telling.
Okay, he's not voting for Edge. Well, Vera Tucker pulling away 15-10 right now. We need some more pays. He's got one for me. Quiddy Pay's got 11.
What do we got?
Oh, he's got 12. I think Jesse Fetcher's voted for both. 15-12. We got 20 seconds left. 15-12.
Ellis Gregor, I'm a little upset that you're making fun of my little glass here. That's not nice.
Oh. 13, 15-13.
Vera Tucker's Matt Khalil. Could you say anything more rude? That is not nice.
And that's it. Vera Tucker is going to squeak this out.
You guys made the right decision because my vote was Vera Tucker, so it doesn't matter.
Well, then it's 16-13, a very, very close one. Whew, man.
Quiddy Pay is going to end up going to I don't know, not the Vikings.
He could go before, he could go way after. It's really up in the air at this point. No one really knows what's going to happen. All right, so we got the finals. Rashawn Slater, the 1 seed against the 3 seed. Elijah Vera Tucker. I guess this just shows that you guys want the Vikings to address this O-line finally. And, the moves they've made so far in free agency all point to this being the area they address. And really, the way the draft falls out, this might be their best option. Would you agree with that, one bar?
Yes, but I also think it's a mild pipe dream option. I think this is going to be I don't think AVT will get 1 vote.
Well, I haven't started yet, so now we can officially vote. So Doozle is cool. Slow your roll a little bit. Here we go. Clock has started, and we got number 1 against number 3, Rashawn Slater versus Elijah Vera Tucker. Both of these guys can play guard and tackle. Very versatile linemen. So, yeah, we'll see what happens here.
I think David Jones might actually be Dakota Dozier, by the way. He is talking him up way too much over the past. SSM Creations, once again.
I think he's giving us all his allowance.
My man.
Thank
you, sir.
All right, we got to start here.
He is. I mean, he's going with realism. I think he's just trying to prepare himself mentally. Because if anybody puts Slater here, giving yourself false hope. Logan DeGraff on the same page.
No,
on the same
trying
page.
to sway the voters.
Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, obviously, my vote is Rashawn Slater. It's not even close. Do I think he's going to be there? God, no. If he's there, will my pants be on the floor? Absolutely.
Are you serious? Give me
Yeah.
Rashawn. I'll do this 4. Oh. Yeah, this is. Oh man,
SM. So that's his final for the night. He needs lunch tomorrow. There's always dinner.
Okay.
Stephen B. I don't know, man. I don't know if we want AVT. I don't really think he can trade back that far.
I think you can.
I don't think so. There's going to be teams that need that guard. We're not the only team in the NFL that needs a guard.
Well, I think I can. I mean, but it's going to be weird this year. Teams are going to have different grades on these guys, and it's going to be all. I mean, you go from draft guru to draft guru. I've seen Vera Tucker just in the draft yesterday go 32. Then I see him go one where he goes like 11 or 10. So it's going to be all over the board. Really hard to say where these guys are going to go. Time is up on this one, and this is a slam dunk. We're looking at 17 to about 3 in favor of Rashawn Slater. And just as we expected, Rashawn Slater is the people's champion. He is the choice for the pick at 14. Question is he going to get there? What are the chances? How does he get to the Vikings? I ain't doing a video on it because I did one last year on Andrew Thomas getting to us, and it got like 20 views.
Yeah, that was surprising. That didn't get jack shit. Andrew Thomas. All right. Well, Slater wins. He should have won. It would have been a very big upset if he didn't. Is there ways that he could get there? Absolutely. Every year in the draft, there's ways that anybody can get anywhere, especially when you're in the top 15. We'll see what happens. But Mac Jones going in the top 13 picks is becoming more and more realistic. Guys like Micah Parsons goes up and goes there. J.C. Horn goes up there. There's things that can happen.
Yeah, it just kind of sucks. The Vikings don't have the Raiders picking ahead of them who always do something nutty. The Eagles, they might do something crazy. There's players that other teams could be very high on. The Joker is one guy you see kind of go all over the board. If these corners happen to go early, that could push push a Rashawn Slater down the board. Obviously, the quarterbacks, if we get 4 going in the top 4, that's going to help. So it's not impossible. Every year we say, oh, he'll never follow us. But it happens over and over again. Look at last year, Justin Jefferson falling to us. I kind of gave up on him, but this time never thought he'd get to us. Didn't really look into him that much. Just didn't think he was going to be there. And who knows? That's what we kept him in here. Didn't think it was impossible, unlikely, but not impossible.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I'm very excited. We're almost, what do we got? 4 weeks? Almost
4 weeks tomorrow.
4 weeks tomorrow. Draft day. Cannot wait. A lot of questions on the receivers. If there's a receiver there, one of those top guys, it's game on. More so, I hope they're there giving us a chance to maybe trade back, really.
Yeah, I mean, you want to see at least 3 options, I think, on the board if you're going to move back that fit your needs, whether that's a couple of edge guys, a couple of O-linemen, maybe a receiver, knowing you can move back 3-4 spots and still get one of those guys, kind of like what the Dolphins did, moving back up to 6, knowing that worst case, they're going to get one of these 3-4 guys that they like. You look at that same kind of philosophy, apply it to moving down a few spots. I don't think you want to go too far back unless they like really like Morig or one of these secondary pass rushers or even like a lower tier offensive lineman, whether that's like a Liam Eichenberg or I don't know, you trade all the way back down and get a Wyatt Davis or something.
David Jones still trying to keep the Orlando Brown dream alive. I'm not seeing that one, but who knows? I mean, ideally, if that happens, they trade back and still get that late first round pick, but I don't know. Just don't know. I'd be for it, I guess, but there hasn't been much talk about it.
I don't know. I think what happened by now, I think that ship has maybe sailed. I'd be surprised if it still happened, but draft day trades could happen. You swap picks and give them a third or something. I don't know. The Vikings, they just did business with the Ravens in August or September, October, whenever that was. Maybe they'll do business with them again.
Patrick has a question for you.
What were we fighting about? I don't remember.
I don't know, but he wants a kiss and he just wants to make up. So you guys can figure that out. It'd be great.
That's fine. I'll come to him with open arms. His last name is Harms.
That wasn't great. Jack, man, I'm just in the minority here. Orlando Brown could single-handedly salvage our offensive line. I mean, he's going to a position. He would be a left tackle. He's going to a position that he hasn't played. Is Orlando Brown good? Yeah, absolutely. But actually, turn this offensive line. I mean, how much better is he going to be than Riley Reif was last year? I mean, Riley Reif, it's easy to say, oh, it's just Riley Reif, but he had his best year as a pro last year, and he was damn good. So while he'd make it better, it's not like it would also take it to a whole nother level. That's the way I look at it.
Well, let's not forget, we took Ezra Cleveland last year in round 2 to be our left tackle. Now that time has come, that opening's here, and we're all freaking out like he can't be the left tackle of the future. So that's another reason why I don't want to tackle, because you took him last year. So why the hell are you just doing that same thing over again? Did you make a mistake? I don't know, but that was the whole point last year. The Vikings got their left tackle of the future in round 2, and now they're just looking like they're going to do it again. I don't know. I am not a fan of the. I think it makes the Ezra pick look like shit from a year ago if they do go tackle.
Never show weakness, Jack Ryan. We just have one hole. We all have one hole. Hell yeah. Yeah, but I still think if there's an offensive lineman there, I think Ezra Cleveland is not even a consideration. I don't think they give a shit. If there's somebody that's very, very good at that pick 14, they're taking him and worrying about Ezra later. I don't think they're worrying about Ezra first.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not. But you at least want to see him try him there at the position you draft him at.
Logan's got a crush on me. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Wow. He's watching this thing. He's just listening.
Speaking of speaking of cutie, there's nothing better than a little cutie orange. Maybe rip one of those out about after lunchtime. Those are good.
Unless you get a bad bag. Nothing worse than a bad one.
I was born with a bad bag. White Davis be able to play in 2021? Yeah, I haven't seen anything that says he's not. And I love looking at a mock draft where White Davis just falls to round 3. That gets me so damn excited. Without that round 2 pick, give up a 4th, give up one of your later 3rds, get up there, get White Davis. I would be ecstatic to get White Davis.
Yeah, I mean, he might even fall in the round 3. It depends how scared off teams are by that knee brace, that bad leg. I don't know. We'll see. Medical's so huge on the draft. Guys rise, guys fall, and the guys who fall, it's all because of some undisclosed medical condition no one knew about until after the draft. We can list guys. Look at what's the last year? Prince Tana Wagnuga, whatever. The one from Auburn was supposed to go round 2. He fell to round 7. I think it was. Guy. Who was the D tackle I always talk about? Jesse Williams from, I think he was from Alabama, and he was supposed to go round 1. He fell in the round, I think it was round 4.
Yeah, turns out he's not very good.
Yeah, well, there's something going on there too. I mean, so there's these medical things that we're not privy to that teams are, and it's a huge flag for these guys. So you never can just say, hey, we want this guy in round 2 because that's where he's going to be. Sometimes you can guess that, but a lot of times you can't.
Yeah, and it always seems to be that guards are the ones that fall. I mean, you always see guards that are on the fringe of round 2. All of a sudden, they're still there in like round 4. And you end up with the Drew Samia.
Who was the guy in round 5 we won last year who we thought was going round 2 or 3? Your boy, you had a crush on him in day 1. I think he ended up on the Giants. He was from Oregon. Kind of cool name.
Oh, shit. Lemieux. Shane Lemieux.
Yeah. Shane
Lemieux. Wanted him so bad.
We could have took him 7 times. We didn't.
Well, Stephen B., if he's still in here, I believe he wanted Shane Lemieux as well. I think we were on the same page there.
Wow. Alice Gregor, no, I'm not okay with Stanley and Browning fighting for a backup. I want someone better.
Stanley and Browning fighting for a backup is like trying to decide what you're going to have for lunch, a shit sandwich or, I don't know, something worse than that. A what?
Piss shake? I don't know.
Piss shake. Yeah, no, I'm not comfortable with that. I right now, I mean, it still sounds like Sean Mannion's the guy. Last year, the Vikings signed Sean Mannion in mid-April. I'm assuming they're going to do the same thing, as painful as that might sound. It won't be as painful as a Dozier signing, but it's coming. It's going to be Sean Mannion.
Yeah, I would bet that it will be as well. But you already pissed off your fan base when you signed Dakota Dozier. Can you really see what the backlash was going to be? They bring back Sean Mannion.
They don't give a shit. If they sign Dakota Dozier, they don't give 2 shits what we think or anyone thinks.
Yeah, I'd be fine with Kellen Mond, Davis Mills. Hell, I'd take Kyle Trask at this point over any of these guys you mentioned. Richie Grant, Brett Steiner, tugging at my heartstrings. Love it.
That's why I put it. Steiner, early morning from Germany. He's bright and early. What better could you wake up to than these 2 faces?
Horrifying.
Yeah, I know. Fan of Mond. I think Mond is so damn raw. I mean, I don't know. Long term, maybe. I'm not on the Mond train. I don't know why. I probably should be, but round 3, I would rather address other positions than a backup quarterback, unless somebody randomly is falling that shouldn't be there. And I think Mond should be there, so I don't want to take him.
Yeah, I guess it depends how the draft goes. If you've filled needs with the first couple picks, you can maybe take a gamble on a quarterback in round 3. But if you're taking like, I don't know, a wide receiver or someone who falls and you don't know if they can get on the field right away, then I think you have to go back and fill some holes there. But it depends how it all shakes out. What is this? What is Troy Myers saying?
Troy Myers, I'm on the same page as Troy Myers, because he makes the sentence alone makes all the sense in the world. We drafted a tackle. His name is Ezra Cleveland.
I just said this.
I know. I'm just saying, like, put him there. If he sucks, we'll deal with it later. But you got to give him a shot.
Am I taking crazy pills here? I said the same thing, and you took the different angle on it. Eric Gorecki.
I'm just saying if there was an actual tackle there still in round 1, you don't think about Ezra Cleveland.
I mean, if you have a higher,
I mean, if a Rashawn Slater there, for some reason, Penny Sewell falls to pick 14, who gives a shit about Ezra Cleveland?
Yeah, but I mean, if it's,
I'm not saying reaching for a tackle, but right now, Ezra Cleveland should be our starting left.
Well,
He's talking about Orlando Brown.
When Zimmer came out and said in his press conference, he said right now Ezra Cleveland's our right guard. That's what he said, which is horrifying. Everything came across that Mike Zimmer doesn't give two shits about the O-line in his press conference today.
Eric Gorecki confirming that Shane Lemieux is a kind of a turd.
Yeah, he wasn't great, but I'd still rather have him out there right now than anybody we've seen recently.
16.9. Is that right? I don't even think they go that low.
Yeah, I thought 40 was as low as you can go. I think you have to be like dead to get a 16.9.
Troy Myers, Mon's ass. I don't know if he's talking about like he forgot to finish his sentence, like he likes his ass, or he's just straight up ass. I'd love to hear more about that.
Is he talking about his buttocks? I don't know what's happening.
Anthony Cartagena. I'm sorry, I'm killing that.
Cartagena. It's Cartagena.
Cartagena. Oliudo, the mystery, the myth. He's like the what the hell is that thing? Loch Ness monster. He's just never going to be seen out there, and everybody just hopes to see him, and it's just never going to happen.
Yeah, I think you can kind of just let that one go. It would have happened by now. We would have seen him a little bit. Who knows? Does he suck? Is he guard? Is he tackle? Does the team not know? We don't know what the mystery is. We need to call Robert Stack, have him do an episode at this point. But
Robert Stack's dead.
I just think I would risk. I mean, you could get like 3-4 tackles or the slash guys, guard tackles, and have them all compete and just keep your best 5 guys. I mean, maybe that's what you do this year because other than Brian O'Neill, there's no sure thing at the tackle position right now.
Also, a little breaking news here. Troy Myers would like to confirm that he is just straight up ass. He finished his sentence. He is ass.
That was Mon, right? Mon is ass. Okay.
Mon is ass.
Yeah. Well, I still like Jamie Newman. He's my boy.
Cannon of an arm. He looked like ass at the Senior Bowl.
He did look like ass. So did Deontay Brown, who I still want as well.
Deontay Brown. I'm off the Deontay Brown train. If he's there in round 5, I'll take him.
His big old floppy tits alone could fill a couple holes in their own line.
It's not polite.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jacob Cook, I'm on the same page here. At this point, Sean Mannion, when they sign him, I'm not even going to care because this regime is just what other backup quarterback could we have sitting there that could actually come in and win games? I mean, Sean Mannion's not going to come in and win games. Kellen Mond isn't going to come in and win any games. Wait till Cousins is gone or wait till next year. Draft the next quarterback. Don't reach for a 3rd, 4th round guy.
Why would it be a reach? I mean, you can already fill most of your holes. Let's say you got
I just don't think he's going to be very good.
You get a guard in round 1. You get a safety in round 3. You get another tackle. Then you got your biggest needs filled. You can take one, and you got 4 picks in round 4. Last 4th round pick could be a quarterback if someone falls. So I would rather take a mid-round cornerback finally and develop them instead of taking these 7th round piss bums who have no shot.
You owe the Nate Stanley family an apology. You owe Jake Browning's family an apology.
I'll send them some of that money SSM Creation sent us.
Oh, yeah. SSM. Boom.
What a guy.
And this it might be a little overkill here, but based off of what the Vikings have done, looking at Anthony's comment here, I won't be surprised. I mean, what do we got from round 1 through round 5? I mean, we got a shit ton of picks in 3 to 5.
I think 7 picks.
I would not be surprised one damn bit if 3 of those are offensive linemen. I mean, I think their defense is fairly set. Offense is fairly set, except for obviously the offensive line, especially guard, maybe a receiver, but dipping in 3 times the offensive line, whether it's tackle, guard, that is not, I think that's completely on the table.
And look at last year. I mean, the Vikings had the issues in the secondary corner were just as bad as the guard position is this year. And they went ahead and they took 3 guys in the first 5 rounds. So I think you definitely see them do that again this year with the guard position. It would not shock me at all.
Well, their track record at guard is horrendous.
That's what's scary. That is what's very scary. Patrick Holmes loves Nate Stanley. Patrick Harms. Yeah, he can do something. He can sit and suck is what he can do.
Well, you know what'll be actually nice is nobody's even seen Stanley out there. No preseason last year. We haven't seen a lick of him. Not a damn thing. And it'll be nice to actually see these guys. Ellis Gregor, boom.
Yeah, what a guy.
In-house. Late rounds at running back. Oof, that's a tough one.
No, I think I wouldn't be surprised we use like a 4th rounder on a running back. You look at Delvin Cook, Alexander Madison, neither one has played a full season. You got Amir Abdullah. The Vikings have been going with 4 running backs. I definitely think running back is in play in the mid rounds. I got my eye on Trey Sermon and Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba Hubbard.
Hell yeah, I still want to say Chuba Hubbard.
I like that dude from UCLA. Was it Fulton? Demetric Fulton?
Yeah, I actually saw him going to us in a mock the other day.
Little guy, could play the slot. I want a shifty dude like that they can have a little bit of fun with, because Madison's is a bruiser. Dalvin Cook is obviously the absolute stallion. And then Amir Abdullah is just, the best running back ever to play. So get a guy like him, throw him out there, have fun. Felton, he'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, there's a lot. I saw someone just mentioned Michael Carter. I love Michael Carter. I thought he had one of the better early anybody down there. So I would definitely be in play for him. But I do think running back is an underrated need on this team that they are going to address earlier than people expect.
A running back that can return kicks or
that
punts.
Would be ideal. A lot of Nate Stanley. Some love him, some hate him.
I'm getting the feeling that most people just don't like him very much.
Yeah, and Patrick, we may not get along, but I do agree with you on that. I would take Nate Stanley over Sean Mannion.
For entertainment purposes only. Neither of them are going to win a game, but at least Stanley offers something. Sean Mannion has still yet to pass for an NFL touchdown. That should not be a sentence.
Yeah, if he went against Mike Zimmer, he would.
That's not polite.
Well,
not against this defense.
Not good against backups. Zimmer. Tony Pollard. Yeah, I love Esper. You're right. I love Hughes to be the returner. That might be his only role this year.
We'll see. We'll see if he's on the team.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're going to be hitting the draft hard here the next few weeks because it's coming. It's going to be coming fast. Make sure you guys get your copies of Draft Day so you can watch it multiple times before the draft. Nothing better to do. And, it's great, too, because now ESPN should be showing the old mocks or the old drafts, which is our NFL Network. One of them do that. I think it's NFL Network. Nothing better than watching an old NFL draft unwind and trying to remember who the hell is going to be the next pick.
Yeah. Watching old drafts is fantastic. We will be overly draft heavy here in the coming weeks. No doubt about it. Probably a handful of Vikings. We should probably do a 7-round mock draft next Wednesday when we're live. Let everybody rip us to shreds when we take somebody that is just absolutely disgusting. Also, we're getting to those. We're going to get up to that 3,000 subscribers. Lupagus and I are trying to figure out a good giveaway for that 3,000 subscribers, which we're getting close to. I still like the idea of sending Lupagus to one of your houses to make you lunch, maybe some mimosas, maybe a nice brunch or something like that.
Make a mean sandwich.
Make sure to subscribe if you're watching every damn day, Talking Vikings. And again, thanks to everybody who donated to the show tonight. Ellis Gregor. Boy, I hope you got something in your fridge to make some sort of busted ass sandwich for tomorrow.
Yeah. Next time maybe we can do a poll option on this voting thing. So I don't have to sit and write these down. I don't know if we have that capabilities or not, but
I actually probably can. I'm too lazy to figure it out.
We'll talk to our producer and see if he can figure that out. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. Love getting the takes. Love getting the different opinions here. It seems if Vera Tucker is the pick, there's gonna be a lot of happy Vikings fans and a lot of upset Vikings fans. Very split on Vera Tucker.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting, no doubt about it.
David Jones, we can make your dreams come true.
Beer is good. Ellis Gregor's just pushing it again. Psycho stick. I got to be honest, Ellis Gregor, I'm more into the early 80s, late 80s country music, so I don't know if this is going to be up my alley. It sounds like I might bounce my head off the wall a couple times if I watch that or listen to it.
Sounds very heavy. A lot of screaming, I bet. We'll see. Yeah. Maybe it's awesome. Maybe it's beautiful.
It might be. Thanks again, everybody, joining us live, and we will be back soon. Lupagus, you got any parting words?
Oh, I do have a little something cooked up here. Napoleon and Hitler both only had one testicle.
Oh my God.